My name is James Fraley, and I'd like to thank you all for being here with me today. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the history of St. Patrick's Day. I'm sure we can all remember coming to school and getting pinched for not wearing green on St. Patrick's Day. Sure, it's just a silly game among children, but where did this March 17th tradition come from? I chose this topic because I enjoy St. Patrick's Day, and its history I feel isn't very well known. I will tell you a little about who St. Patrick is, why he is celebrated, and how people celebrate this holiday all across the world. St. Patrick is famous as an Irishman, but he's truly not Irish. According to Britannica, St. Patrick was born in Britain to a Christian family. According to thefamouspeople.com, his grandfather was a priest and his father was a deacon. Even though his family was deeply Christian and served the Lord, it is said that as a young boy he was an atheist. This was until an incident in his teen years changed his life. When he was 16 years old, he was snatched from his family and kidnapped and enslaved for 6 whole years by Irish pirates. He claims that his faith in the Lord was the only thing that kept him alive. Eventually, he escaped captivity and found his way back to his family. When he returned home, he trusted his faith and decided to become a missionary of the Lord. The first place he would return to, Ireland. In his Confessio in the Book of Armagh, he told that he felt he was compelled to go back. However, because of his lack of education, he was reluctant to take up the work. Once there, though, he had no problem with it and actually excelled at it. His accomplishments in Ireland made him famous. At first, he wasn't welcomed by the Irish because they weren't Christians. However, eventually, as he was persistent and they heard his message, they came to like him, and he became a legend for the things he did. It is said that he once pushed all the snakes of Ireland into the sea, where they drowned and died. Since then, there had been no snakes in Ireland. It is also said that he always carried a walking stick. Once, they say, he planted his walking stick into the ground, and it grew into a large tree. As he continued to perform these legendary feats, his legend grew and he traveled more across the world. He traveled to France, where he did more great feats and met a man named Saint Germain, who mentored him to become a saint. St. Patrick is now celebrated across the world for his legendary acts in Ireland. March 17th, his birthday, is now St. Patrick's Day. It is celebrated in many places in the world. In Savannah, Georgia, a festival is held where they have dance parties, music shows, food, and other activities. At the Irish Heritage Center in Chicago, on March 16th and 17th, they listen to traditional Irish music, do Irish dances, and partake in traditional food and drink. Even Tokyo holds festivals to celebrate St. Patrick's Day on March 17th. Most major cities of the world hold parades. In Atlanta, they hold a huge parade, and they have several festivals in many different neighborhoods of the city. Another major parade is held in Chicago. After the parade, they hold a festival. Even Tokyo holds a parade to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is also celebrated in Ireland, where most pubs and bars in the country close their doors for the day. Dublin actually holds a national parade and festival to celebrate. Several other celebrations happen all across the country.
Ireland You Are is the theme of this year's St. Patrick's Festival Parade. The streets of Dublin come alive to celebrate everything Irish. Witness spectacular creations and performances live on RT1 as the procession winds its way through the heart of Dublin City. The St. Patrick's Festival Parade. St. Patrick's Day at 12:15 on RT1.
That was a short clip from the Dublin National Parade that shows a little about the music they listen to and the dances they do to celebrate. Today, I told you a little bit about St. Patrick and his legendary feats. I also explained some of the celebrations that they hold across the world. In conclusion, St. Patrick was an important man during his time in Ireland. He is now celebrated all over the world for his legendary feats. I'd like to thank you all for coming to listen to me, and I hope you learned a little more about the history of St. Patrick's Day.